Welcome to Techstination, your destination for gadgets and gear. Here's Fred Fishkin.
Every year during the summer months, there are heat stroke deaths of children in vehicles. With us from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration as Senior Safety Specialist, Laura Dunn. Hi, Laura.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Well, at last count, a dozen children in the U.S. have lost their lives this summer from vehicle-related heat stroke. A lot of us wonder how that can happen.
Our campaign that we launched is called Never Happens. Because the comments from people when one of these tragedies happens is often along the lines of, well, this would never happen to me. I'm a good parent. I would never let this happen. But unfortunately, that never does happen. And we want to make sure to raise awareness for folks about just how easily this can happen. We have some new PSAs out right now that focus on that left behind scenario where parents make a choice to leave their child in a vehicle and complete a quick errand. And we just want to show them how dangerous that choice can be and how quickly a car heats up and poses a serious risk to children.
We said we'd never take our eyes off them. Never let them be spoiled. And we'd never put them in harm's way. As parents, we say never a lot, but never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock.
So what are some of those numbers, the statistics that we should all be aware of in terms of how quickly this can happen?
So in just 10 minutes, the inside of a vehicle can heat up by about 20 degrees. And cracking a window or parking in the shade really does very little to help. And it only takes a few minutes for that vehicle to become deadly hot. It's kind of like a greenhouse effect where, that heat is just kind of multiplied inside a vehicle and it becomes hotter and hotter and hotter. Heat stroke itself happens when a person's body temperature reaches about 104 degrees. But if that core body temperature reaches, 107 degrees or hotter, it's a kind of cascade of symptoms that leads to death. Children are especially susceptible to this because their body temperature rises about 3 to 5 times faster than an adult's. Their thermoregulatory system is not as developed, so it's just more of a risk for them, which is why it's so important to never leave a child in a car, not even for a moment.
And of course, this can be devastating. I assume for in many instances this is intentional. As you said, I'm going to run an errand, just run into the store for a minute, and then they get into a conversation or who knows what. But sometimes it's not intentional. A child maybe falls asleep and the parent doesn't remember, perhaps.
Absolutely. We typically see hot car deaths happen in three scenarios. The first and the most common is when children are forgotten in a vehicle by a parent or a caregiver. The second is when children gain access to an unlocked vehicle on their own, and then they're unable to get out of that vehicle. And then third is when children are intentionally left behind in a car by a parent or a caregiver and to complete a quick errand, something like that.
And these tragedies seem to be more frequent in certain states around the country.
We do see them happen more often in those states that are kind of in the Sun Belt region. It's hotter there for a longer time during the year. So some of those states with the highest per capita deaths are Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Arizona, Arkansas, Florida, New Mexico. So it is something for us to watch out. But one thing I do want to stress is that it can happen anywhere and at any time of year, not just in the summer. We've seen these deaths happen in almost every state in the United States, and they can happen in temperatures as low as 60 degrees. The inside of a vehicle can become fatally hot. after a certain amount of time. So these have happened in Maine, in Minnesota, in North Dakota. So it's not something that's exclusive to only the hottest parts of the country either, which is why it's important for everybody to have a little bit of awareness about this issue.
Wow, even 60 degrees can be dangerous.
Yes.
And of course, this is all preventable. So tell us about the message that you're working with the Ad Council to get out there for parents, the steps we can take to prevent this from happening.
So the campaign reminds parents of this message. Once you park, stop, look, and lock. And keep your doors of your vehicle locked when it's in your garage or your driveway, so children, can't access that vehicle and come in and become trapped. It's important that parents understand that these deaths are preventable, and we try to share, behavioral kind of tips for folks to create layers of safety for their family so that this isn't happening in their lives with their children.
Can technology help, or is it helping today in some vehicles, some instances?
There is technology available to prevent heat stroke deaths. Some vehicles are equipped with safety technology to alert those vehicle owners that there may still be a passenger in that vehicle. So parents and caregivers can use that technology to make sure their children are safe. You may have noticed this if you have a brand new vehicle of a certain make, or if you've rented a car recently. Sometimes when you turn the vehicle off, you will get a message on the display that says, check the back seat. So we at the agency are conducting research for our rulemaking about this technology, and we're focusing on available systems that can detect, act, and alert drivers to prevent hot car deaths. We are also studying some aftermarket systems that offer some different methods to alert parents or caregivers that a child may still be in the back seat. They may sense occupants are buckled in their car seats. So we hope to be able to share those technological solutions soon.
That's something certainly to look forward to. For more information, where should people go?
We encourage people to visit NHTSA.gov/heatstroke. We have a lot of helpful tips on how to prevent hot car deaths, and they are available in both English and in Spanish. You can also view our public service announcements there.
Well, congratulations on the work that you're doing here. So important. Laura Dunn, thanks for spending time with us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching or listening. Don't forget to subscribe. And for more, you can find us at Techstination.com.
The Haven 10,000 lantern is a smartly designed, beautiful solar light that you will love indoors or out. It is waterproof with up to 1,200 lumens of brightness. That's a lot of light. And the base becomes a flashlight at the push of a button. The power comes from a built-in lithium-ion battery recharged by the sun. The solar panel is built in, or USB-C. The battery can even recharge your phone. Did we mention how durable it is? How it folds down and can run for up to 120 hours on a charge? But the real power of the Haven Lantern comes from the people behind it and their mission to provide this quality lighting to those in the world who need it most, including in disaster emergencies. Your purchase helps to fund those efforts, and if you use the code Techstination20, you'll get it at a 20% discount. That's Techstination20 at havenlantern.com. Create your haven.